Thank you. All right, Iris, let's go through. You know, I was drawn to your letter because it's a tricky case because I can't hear your voice. And I guess the one thing that lends credence to your fear that you are the problem is just that it's happened twice. But then again, I don't know, because one of your relationships led to abuse. And just statistically, if you had one relationship like that, I just sort of wonder if the other people that you were involved with, because of their trauma or their situation, this thing, the person who couldn't deal with yelling, I don't know. But you know what? If you've worked on yourself and you are the way you are, and I don't think it's unreasonable to hope for somebody to love you who kind of likes you as you are, if you're truly not abusive. So in my family, my mother is from, she died a long time ago, but she was from Brooklyn. And so the way she expressed anger was like, hey, what's going on here? She would be very loud. I'm married to a guy from Northern England who's kind of an introvert. And he says, well, I'm getting very annoyed about something. And I have trouble reading that. And he thinks when I'm passionate and defending something, I sound like I'm yelling. I understand very well what you're talking about. And I've learned that the magic answer has to do with expressing yourself, the words fully, and learning to temper the intense anger that's coming off through it, learning to make it kinder, learning to add some things that you can say, you know, to soften it a little bit. I think as a person who grew up in a house full of trauma, one of the things that I didn't learn until later as an adult was just how sensitive people are, just how much it can hurt them if they feel like they're being dismissed or criticized. So with that, I just tell you, like, I don't know, but I don't think it ever hurts to start to become kind of a Jedi at communicating kindly, even when what you're saying is, the thing that you're doing is not acceptable to me, or the thing that you just said really hurt. And these things can be said lovingly. And I don't think you'll ever be sorry as long as you're able to express yourself. But let's go through. I want to see what you told me. So you were engaged to a man 7 years ago, and he had a history of neglect. So maybe he was extra sensitive, right? And he would get so triggered when your tone shifted into frustration. So when other people are triggered by just characteristics, right? We have a community at Crappy Childhood Fairy, and this comes up often. And somebody wrote to me recently about something that triggered them in the group and was asking, would I make that person stop doing it? And it was something that I couldn't or wasn't willing to ask people to change.